records. In 1606, King James I granted a charter to the Virginia Company, a group of inventors.
It faced starvation, disease, swammy land, and tense relations with the Powhatan Confederacy. My father offers this grain in exchange for your tools.
We accept this peace and hope for fair trade between our people.
By 1612, John Rolfe introduced a profitable strain of tobacco. Suddenly, Virginia.
In 1619, Virginia established the House of Burgesses, the first representative legislative body in English America. Also in 1619, the first enslaved Africans were brought to Virginia. Initially treated while Virginia grew, another group prepared to cross the Atlantic. English separatists, later called Pilgrims, wanted freedom from the Church of England. In 1620, the Mayflower crossed the Atlantic with 102 passengers. Storms pushed them north of their elections. To maintain order, the settlers drafted the Mayflower Compact, agreeing to form a government ruled by the majority. The Pilgrims endured a brutal winter in 1620-1621. Nearly half died. Throughout the 1630s, religious tensions in England led to the Puritan Great Migration. Thousands of Puritans We must consider that we shall be as a city upon a hill. The eyes of all people are upon us. We cannot allow this taxation to stand. It is unjust.
The motion has been made and seconded. We shall now proceed to the vote.
Here we shall establish a government founded on the principles of religious freedom and the separation of church and state.
By the authority granted to me by His Majesty King Charles II, this land shall forever be known as New York.
To reward political allies, the Duke of York granted land south of the Hudson to create New Jersey.
Penn designed Philadelphia with wide streets, parks, and a grid layout. It grew rapidly into the largest city in colonial. The lower counties of Pennsylvania, originally settled by Swedes and Dutch, gained semi-autonomy and eventually became the colony of Delaware. In 1632, Lord Baltimore founded Maryland as a haven for English Catholics.
South Carolina's fertile low country supported rice and indigo plantations. African expertise in rice.
North Carolina developed differently, with smaller farms, scattered settlements, and a reputation for independence. Throughout the colonies, relationships with native nations varied. Alliances, trade, warfare, and treaties defined colonial. Each colony had a charter outlining governance. Some were royal colonies, some proprietary, others self-governing. By the early 1700s, the 13 colonies grew exponentially through immigration, natural increase, and the colonies became part of a global trade network, exporting tobacco, rice, indigo.
Daily life centered around farms, workshops, and households. Families were large and communities close-knit.
You must leave this territory immediately!
We have a right to be here. We are staying.
New England led in literacy and schooling. Colleges like Harvard and William and Mary trained religious and political leaders.
English, French, and Spanish tensions erupted into wars. King William's War, Queen Anne's War, King George's War.
Halt! Make ready! Present! Fire!
We must unite, gentlemen, for our mutual defense and security.
Your plan asks too much, sir. We cannot surrender our autonomy to a centralized government.
The colonies must bear their share of the burden. We already paid our share in blood. This tax is tyranny.
Influence. The colonies shared common experiences, self-governance, economic ambition, frontier challenges, and conflicts and eras. By the 1760s and 1770s, the colonies were no longer fragile settlements. They were thriving. The establishment of the 13 colonies, through struggle, cooperation, conflict, and perseverance,